Hi everyone, this is Shayna Hiller from Build Your Personal Yoga Business. And today I'd like to discuss the difference between a yoga teacher and a life coach and how this information can drastically improve your success as a yoga teacher and create a little bit more of an idea of really what it takes to succeed in this business. So, the reason I feel that this topic is important is because I take a lot of yoga classes with different yoga teachers, and what I find sometimes is that the idea of giving a Dharma talk or theming a class around a specific topic or inspiration can get taken out of hand or just can get taken out of yoga context and into more of a coaching context. So the picture I really want to paint here for you guys is to be very mindful with the language you use. I know I've probably said this in many videos, but I think it's really important to reiterate the mindfulness and presence of a yoga teacher, of you as a yoga teacher when you're holding space for your students. It is awesome and beneficial, and it'll definitely enhance your teaching to have an idea of a theme that you want to use to inspire your students. That being said, it's important to make sure that your theme has a link to yoga, the yoga scriptures, yogic philosophy, something simple. Maybe it's the yamas or the niyamas or something to do with the 8 limbs of yoga. I've discussed in the Dharma Talks video other ideas of how you can intelligently weave spirituality and these incredible teachings into your modern, regular public or private yoga class teachings. That being said, it's important, first of all, not to assume that your yoga students are super stressed out all the time and that their life sucks. Like, oh, it'll get better, it's okay. And it's also really important to make sure that we don't cross that line between yoga, authentic yoga teaching, and coaching. And for some reason, ever since I moved to Los Angeles 5 years ago, or maybe it's just because yoga is becoming more popular, what I've noticed is that many yoga teachers are filling in the gaps where they could easily just be silent and allow the students to focus on their breath. They're filling in the gaps with phrases that are much more about coaching or letting go of stress, and I'm not saying that, verbalizing letting go of stress is something you shouldn't do. Of course, it's of course we should. But if it's a constant trying to make people happy or trying to make people feel better, there's like this subtle inference that they're not okay as they are, or that something needs fixing or balancing, right? So again, keeping it traditional is where I stand, and keeping it authentic, not making assumptions about your students. And it doesn't have to be a sugar-coated coaching type of deep journey. It's just yoga, right? That's not to say it's not deep, but again, be aware of the words that you're saying. Something I notice also is when the line is crossed between teaching yoga and offering coaching advice for people, is that a lot of these teachers are kind of speaking for themselves. They're kind of speaking the very thing that they want in their own life. So if you are going to offer wisdom or advice, please try to make it something that you've overcome in your own life and not something that you're still working on or working with, right? There's something about wisdom that wisdom is being able to share something because you've already experienced it, and the students will be able to feel into that. If you can confidently share on a subject that you have overcome with ease, and here you are, that's going to be palpable. That's going to be, your students are going to be able to know that you're honest. But if you're just talking about, letting go of attachment to, I don't even know how to give a great example of this, but, like feeling that you're not enough, and that yoga teaches you that you are enough and that you deserve everything you desire in your life, and that this body is a magical temple and you deserve to receive, and let's go for that intention and know that anything that's not serving you should be removed out of the way. And I mean, do you see how I'm kind of taking it on a tangent, and I'm kind of in my own story? And trust me, I'm not even getting as specific and detail oriented as I've heard some teachers get. So again, it's like keep it simple. Do a Dharma talk, but always in the back of your mind, try to keep it in line with yoga. And if you have questions about that, ask me, leave a comment. If you have questions about that, read the scriptures, read the Yoga Sutras, get inspired around yoga. And you can also become a life coach on the side, right? You can do that separately. But again, people sometimes come to yoga not to be coached, but to do asana, to learn more about yoga. So it's really important to get into the head and the mind and the brain and the being and the heart of your students. Who do you want to attract in the realm of yoga? And if you are also a coach, that's incredible, that's phenomenal. Some of your wisdom and Dharma talks and just your energy alone is going to inspire people to work with you, in a different capacity. But I do encourage you not to cross those lines, and if you're not sure if they're being crossed, ask me and we'll get some clarity. So I hope this video serves you in being able to distinguish the line between yoga teaching and life coaching, and not to assume that your students need or even want that coaching. I love you all. Thank you for listening. I hope you have an amazing day. Please subscribe if you haven't below. I also have 2 links to our free yoga retreat video blueprint and our free ebook. So if you haven't received those already, please do so. I look forward to serving you in future videos. If you have any other topics that you want me to cover, I'm all ears and I'll make a video for it. Have a beautiful day. Namaste.